Alright, anyways guys, how is it going? We're going to be streaming for the next few hours. This is Outbrk. I'm definitely more energetic than I was the last time I streamed. So I'm very excited to go ahead and get this stream underway. Get your coffee or your drinks, grab some snacks, and let's go ahead and have a good chase day. So we still have a couple contracts here, and one chase with earnings of 10 grand or more. Take 60 pictures of rating fair and above. That's a lot. And refill at the gas station in Northerdale. I don't really want to go all the way out that far, so I'm actually going to reset that. And that one just screwed me because that means I have to go online. Should have just stuck with the other one. That's on me for being stupid. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and run into our other game modes here, and we are going to go solo chase. I'm curious to see what this Outbrk forecaster is going to be. I'm very excited for that. So let's go ahead and jump right into this stream. I really do hope that everybody's doing okay. Hopefully y'all are having a good day wherever you may be in the world. Hope y'all are enjoying your summer. And I hope everybody is staying safe and happy and healthy. So, I'm going to be streaming, realistically, I'm going to try to stream for at minimum 3 hours every single day, because for the rest of the summer I'm going to be working in my hometown. So I will definitely have a lot more time to stream. Usually between 2 and 5 p.m. is typically when I'm going to set my stream times for. And of course we are going to be streaming Outbrk, because that's really what I want to build this community around, if that makes sense. And that looks like it's almost kind of facing down. Let's go like that. Alrighty, and I do have some stuff in the back behind me, if I can move my freaking head here. So I've got a mink tail, or mink pelt right here, and then this is a fox right here. Not much of one for taxidermy, but they're soft as hell. So, realistically, whatever. That is not to say that I condone poaching, because I don't. So, basically, we're just going to be hanging out, having a good stream. Realistically, I'll talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. Within certain reason, of course. Oh, man, I hate this scenario. Alright, where are these going? So these are going to Grassland Park, mainly. So I'm going to go ahead and teach you guys a little bit about the weather here. So this is velocity, basically what you're going to be looking for in this game in particular, and typically in real life as well, if you happen to be looking at a velocity radar, is something like this. A little bit of red and a lot of green, or a little bit of green and a lot of red. That's definitely going to help out. Let's go ahead and look at our surface temperatures here. So 76.65 right about here, 76.65, 79.65. Okay, so pretty warm temperatures with a slightly lower dew point. So that will definitely help. The warmer the temperatures, usually the better. Let's go ahead and look at CAPE as well. CAPE stands for Convective Available Potential Energy, and I know in the last stream I said that CAPE stood for the amount of moisture in the atmosphere. That's not entirely wrong, but CAPE is Convective Available Potential Energy and stands basically for the amount of instability and other conditions that a tornado has to actually be able to pull from, or that a storm has to be able to pull from, in order to develop into a tornado from a supercell thunderstorm. It is definitely something that a lot of storm chasers look for, myself included. For whatever reason, if you are in single player, wall clouds do not count for photos and reports. Sadly, it does not count. So we are still going to be looking for them, because that is going to be our #1 source of actually having a higher chance of really spotting a tornado. Or at least a supercell thunderstorm that could potentially put down a tornado. So wind shear is really not looking the best here at lower and mid levels. I mean, it's decent, but it's really not the best. Grassland Park is looking a little bit decent here. So we're going to go ahead and really keep an eye on this area right here, because this is starting to get a little bit bigger here around Bakersfield. So let's go ahead and keep an eye on the reflectivity. We'll also keep an eye on velocity as well, but just to be on the safe side, we will go ahead and do the best we can. So, a couple things I can teach you here is, you see all this pink right here that is kind of on the edge of us right now? This marks the points where there is a lot of rain or moisture in the atmosphere. This is usually a pretty decent sign, but you don't want to be sitting in the middle of a massive ball of pink, because that means your tornadoes are going to be rain wrapped and you're really not going to be able to see anything, let alone get any photogenic tornadoes. Now obviously at the end of the year I will be posting a slideshow on my YouTube channel, which is actually linked in my Twitch, if you guys want to go check that out as well. So we're going to go ahead and actually be able to do that at the end of the year, and it's basically going to detail the best photos that I'm able to get from each of these streams, or if I happen to play offline, I will be going for really high quality photos as well, so that way you guys are able to kind of see the development of the game as the years progress. Just recently, the 2-year anniversary for Outbrk actually just passed. So I'm very, very excited about that, and these are starting to turn, yeah, see what I mean right here? You really don't want to mess with this, and I'll bet you this is probably where a tornado is going to be right in this area here. So let's go ahead and flick on the velocity. Yeah, I'm more than willing to bet that we're going to get a storm in one of these 3 points here. And then I reckon we're also going to have a storm over here, especially because this is already kind of starting to turn into a hook formation. So we're definitely going to be keeping an eye out on that, because that could be potentially very, very bad for us and only give us really rain-wrapped tornadoes, which is obviously really not what we want. And ideally intercepts, because intercepts are really what's going to bring in your serious income. That is actually freaking gorgeous. That is so pretty. Look at this. Wait, is that coming right at us? Ah, look at this beauty. She is gorgeous. So she's very slow moving here. So we definitely have time to really just observe for a few moments. I'm going to go ahead and kind of chill in this position for a minute. We're actually going to move a little bit more forward here, because if this is coming right at us the way that it looks to be doing, I would like to be able to be in the position to be able to hopefully intercept it with a probe. It's not going to be very strong due to the fact that Cape is so weak, but we are definitely going to still try. She's kind of turning into a Sidewinder here, which is really, really nice. And it looks absolutely beautiful on camera too. I'm very, very, very happy about that. So it looks like we went a little bit too far here, and she's either roping out or she's kind of turning back the way that she was going before. Either way, I definitely do need to keep that in mind, because if the tornado ends up going the wrong way, we are going to be in a little bit of trouble. So we're going to go ahead and turn around and try to see what we can do to try to get in front of this tornado, because it is going to be very difficult, and the reports last 3 minutes. So that's 3 radar resets, because radar resets every minute or so. God, hello lightning, that was right next to me. Alright, so we are going to really try to get in front of this thing, and she is really starting to develop quite well, which I am very pleased about, because that means that we are going to be able to get some very photogenic shots. And I just hope that she will actually stay on the ground the way that I need her to. So let's go like this, and that report is going to expire in 19 seconds. So she's still kind of moving slightly to my left. So I'm going to try to actually get in front of it a little bit more, assuming she doesn't just die out. And it looks like she might, honestly. It looks like it's kind of starting to rope out, but she's also just really getting rain-wrapped, which is really not good. But yeah, you see how you guys can't even see that unless there's a lightning flash? That's exactly what I'm talking about with the rain wrap. That's exactly what you do not want. Because if you can't see a tornado and it's coming right at you, you're dead. Just plain and simple, you're dead. So she's starting to stay on the ground for a good minute here. I'm just going to kind of take this bit by bit and see what there is to see. So she is still moving slightly to my left, so we're going to go ahead and continue moving northwest and try to get in front of this thing enough to be able to at least try to get a intercept. I don't know if we're going to exactly be able to get one, but we are definitely going to try. So I'm in a little bit of a bad position here because I have lost sight of the tornado. I don't know where it is. I know it's somewhere basically to my southeast, but I'm not sure of the exact location, which is never a good thing for us as storm chasers. So I'm going to see if it is even still on the ground. If it's not, then we have a separate issue, and we'll go ahead and try to just get on another storm and see what we're able to pull off here. So let's go ahead and go like this. Wait, hold on. Do we have... Hold on, do we have sister? Wait. Okay, no. Alright, no, yeah, we're good. Alright, yeah, so we really need to haul it to Grassland Park. God, this storm is being so stubborn. I don't know why I moved from Grassland Park. I've actually never run this scenario before. So there is a good chance that we are not going to be able to get a intercept in this chase, which is perfectly fine. Sometimes that happens. Some scenarios you get an intercept, some you don't. So it's really just the luck of the draw. Tornadoes are very, very, very unpredictable and can be very difficult to actually predict accurately due to the fact of their unpredictable nature. And just the overall way in which a tornado can go from moving like straight west or straight east to moving just straight north or straight south. And if you're in either one of those positions, you are in some very serious trouble because you are in a very, very, very bad spot. Let's try to stay on the road here. So I want to try to cut this thing off. Yeah, so we have a funnel cloud on the... If that's not a tornado, just right off the rip. That is a tornado right off the rip, so let's go ahead and get that all squared away, and let's go ahead and get back on the road. So, wow, that shifted hard. Holy crap. So we're going to try to actually catch up with this thing, and it looks like because of the fact that Cape is really not the best, and wind shear's not that great either, it looks like the only thing we're going to be able to really get today is going to be reports and photos of the actual storms. So, it is a little unfortunate, but this kind of thing does happen. Still a very beautiful tornado out there. I'm hoping to get some monsters like I've had off camera or even in some of my streams over on my YouTube channel that I semi-regularly try to post on. So, is that... Yeah, okay, we just need to keep going this way. So we just need to keep headed southeast here and do the best we can. You do definitely have to be careful not to go off the road. Is that? No, it's not. I was going to say, if that was two separate tornadoes, that was going to be sweet, but I don't think you can get sisters in this game. That is looking mighty pretty, though. I will be honest, that tornado is looking mighty pretty. The handling on this car is not really the best either on this truck, which is a little unfortunate. So we really just need to try to actually catch up to this tornado, and I cannot keep this truck on the road to save my life. So the tornado is directly to our north, and it looks like it's already kind of starting to die off. Once again, which is understandable because Cape is really not the best. It's also not very... wind shear's not the best either, so these tornadoes really are not going to stay on the ground for very long, which is a little unfortunate for us in this case because we're trying to get intercepts and it's just not really going to happen. So the tornado over there is going to start roping out probably here fairly shortly, just due to the fact of the lack of instability in the air and the lack of actual energy from for the tornado to pull from. And these are not going to stay on the ground for very long. So what I'd like to do is kind of go ahead and try to get ourselves in a decent position here. I could try to cut it off. We're definitely going quick enough that we might have a decent shot at doing it. So if I can, I would like to try to cut it off. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get a intercept because this tornado does look like it is dying off relatively quickly. So we're still going to try, but I can't promise that we're going to be able to actually get anything that will be worth it on a probe. Because I think the way that the probes work in this game is it only registers when you get up to, I think, about 70 miles an hour, 75. So we're definitely going to try, and it looks like it might be crossing the road right now, actually. So we're going to go ahead and try to get up in its face here. Now, we are attacking this from the south, which is a very risky decision. We definitely do not want to be caught in the wrong side of the path of this thing, because there's a very good chance that we get rolled or thrown. And like I said, with this game, if you die, you lose everything that you've earned. So we definitely do want to play things a little bit more cautiously than I maybe otherwise would in terms of playing Twisted. Because in Twisted, I really don't have to worry about it. Like, I can, you know, absolutely core punch the hell out of an F5. And if I get any probe intercepts at all, I still get the actual income from that. So it looks like our tornado did in fact die off here. That's not really on the ground anymore, just as I had predicted. So we're going to go ahead and try to head up to that gas station here, and we'll just go ahead and try to end the chase, because I really want to be able to keep this stream interesting for you guys and hopefully have us get some good storms. So I'm also going to be kind of punching for highlights as well, because I definitely do want some stuff that I can post on TikTok and my YouTube page as well. Now we'll go ahead and link my TikTok in the description, not the description, I'm used to YouTube. I'll go ahead and link my TikTok on my Twitch page as well, so that way if you guys want to go check that out and follow me over there, follow me here and follow me on YouTube. I will be posting clips and reels and all that on all 3 platforms. So let me go ahead and go like this, and we'll go ahead and try to end the storm here. There is still an active tornado warning, but there probably won't be for very long. So let's go ahead and wrap this up and do what we can here. So go ahead and leave chase. So we have 7 photos, which is really not that bad. It's not the worst thing in the world. So we're going to go ahead and save those pictures. And we ended up earning 1,600 bucks, which is really not too shabby for the first chase. And then, of course, feel free to reach out here on Twitch. So, oh God, I actually don't even remember how to run this scenario. So we're starting in Hopfield. No, we're not. Where are we? Okay, we're in Prairie Hills. So let's see kind of where all of this is going. I think I actually might remember how to run this, because I think I got this on... I remember how to run it, because I think I do. Okay, so our temperatures are looking good. Cape's not the best. Wind shear is amazing. Wind shear is very good, actually, for upper and lower levels, or mid-level and upper levels. So that's 6 kilometers, that's 10 kilometers. So it's very good the higher up we actually go. Mid-levels, it's very good as well. And then low levels, it is pretty dang decent as well. It's going to be the low-level jet streams that we're going to be really kind of relying on. The wind shear is actually really freaking good. Cape isn't really going to carry a whole heck of a lot, but we are definitely going to have some good storms here for the overall scenario that we are in, due to the fact that we have such good wind shear at the upper and mid levels. So we are definitely going to try to get this taken care of, and we will see what actually ends up happening. So let's go ahead and look at the development within the last 5 minutes. So it's looking pretty decent. We do have a couple thunderstorms up here. I would like to try to go after this one that's going to head right toward Westport, but I also get a feeling that I'm going to get one in either Fort City or Bridgetown that I'm really going to want to go after. This one up here in Northindale, and then this one all the way over here, just northeast of Eagle Cliff, is not really going to do us any good, because those are going to be moving off of the map actually relatively quickly. So we're going to be looking for a good amount of stuff like this, where there is a good chance for that to actually turn into a tornado. However, that is going to be going up toward Hopfield and then very quickly off the map. So Fort City, Bridgetown, and St. John, and then this cell over here that's going to be heading toward Westport are actually going to be our best bets. And if I remember correctly, the storm that's going to hit Westport is going to hit roughly right at that gas station, because if I remember correctly, it goes kind of northeast and then shifts hard west, or hard east rather. So I'm going to go up toward probably kind of halfway between Bakersville and Bakersville and Westport rather. So we're going to go ahead and go up this way and see what there is to see. So from here, we're just going to go ahead and post up and wait and see what actually ends up happening here. So I get a good feeling that really what's going to end up happening is it's going to be off of this point right here. Because as you can see, Westport is pretty much completely green here. Hopfield, I think, actually ended up being a really good one too, because I think it developed off of the back end of this. Yeah, see, there we go. I called it. You see what I mean, guys? Like, once you learn how to read radar, it's so goddamn easy in this game to actually predict where a tornado is going to drop. It is so easy, and especially the longer you play this game, the more familiar you're going to get with those scenarios, such as my almost immediate familiarity with this one. So for this particular cell, it's going to, I believe it ends up going hard northeast, because it's pretty safe to say that this is on a relatively stable northeast track. More of an eastern track though, if I'm being honest. So it should go right to that gas station. And I believe then it ends up shifting directly toward Westport. So I'm going to go ahead and jump in my truck, and we are going to go ahead and start heading down in that general direction. So that way we can go ahead and hopefully try to put ourselves in a pretty good intercept position. We do have our bucket probe ready to go. And I am really hoping that this one will be a monster like it was the last time I got it. It was such a good one. I think if you guys over on TikTok or YouTube saw my, I believe, 210 intercept, or no, I think it was 210. If you guys saw that video, I am pretty sure it was off of this scenario. Oh, that is already on the ground, I think. Unless I'm looking at that wrong, I'm pretty sure that is already on the ground, and she is a goddamn beauty. No, that's on the ground. That's a tornado. Yeah, look at that thing. Way out there. So we're definitely going to go ahead and try to catch up to that. And it's looking pretty suspiciously like a drill bit. And those are very fun tornadoes to actually end up really chasing. No, I didn't. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and go like this. And we are going to do our best. Yeah, that's 100% a tornado out there. That is 100% fully on the ground. So we're going to go ahead and try to catch up to this, because I am almost certain that that was fully on the ground there. So let's go ahead and go like this. And I really don't need this point. What I do need is to actually take that road and cut south as quickly as possible. So there's that tornado up there in Hopfield that I really realistically could have gone for, and I just admittedly chose not to, because I believe I got better hits off of this Westport one. And if I remember correctly, this was a very long track tornado. They ended up bringing in some serious earnings. Once I ended up getting proper intercepts on this, I think I ended up getting either 4 or 5 intercepts just off of this Westport tornado, if I remember correctly, and that's just because I was very well positioned every time. I did admittedly get a little up close and personal with it, so we're going to go ahead and see what we can do here. Yeah, that's definitely on the ground. That's a gorgeous looking Sidewinder. So I'm going to go ahead and see if we can go ahead and get something rolling here. So this is, yeah, this is directly punching, so I want to try to line myself up perfectly with the center of this thing. And I'm pretty sure I can get away with hitting the gas station right there and kind of cutting inward to the west ever so slightly. So we're definitely going to be getting some solid photos of this because this is extremely photogenic. There's not really a whole lot of moisture in the air for us to have to deal with. So let's go ahead and go like this. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so she is looking like a gorgeous drill bit here. Look at this bad boy. What do you mean fair? That's bogus. That is bullshit. That was way better than fair for a photo. This thing is photogenic as hell. That was some BS. I'm gonna be fully real. That was some BS. I've never had such a photogenic tornado like that. I get a gorgeous shot, and it's only a fair quality. Like, that was scuffed. So, let's see. So that's the highway. So I definitely do want to go over the top of this. Because I need to be on the opposite side here. And hopefully be able to catch a good position to be able to observe where exactly this tornado is going to go. So I really need to hurry up because this looks like it's going to be crossing the road like any second. So I don't have a lot of time to get into a intercept position. Actually, I have quite a bit of time. I have more time than I thought I did. But we definitely very fast. Look at this beauty. Alright, so yeah, she's pretty much moving like directly at me here. Man, this is such a beautiful tornado. I don't know why my stream actually ended up cutting out. That should not have happened. It's a gorgeous tornado here. Yeah, that's what I thought. You better give me that optimal rating. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and kind of chill here for a few more seconds before we drop down our probe, because I want to make sure that this thing isn't going to do any like weird BS as far as like a last second shift. And what I would like to do is to be able to actually kind of back up just a little bit here, because I need to be able to get out of here in a hurry. And I want to try to get as perfect of a intercept as possible. This is my first time running this scenario with my rangefinder and all that fun stuff in tow. So this is still moving pretty decently behind me here. So I'm going to go ahead and try to flip around. And I wonder if it's going to actually hit the crossroad here. Such a beautiful tornado here. Alright, so we definitely do need to get our probe down, and we need to really hurry up and get out of here. Because otherwise we're going to be in a very, very bad spot very, very quickly. So I'm going to try to back up here, kind of against the tornado. And if we get caught in this wind field, we are 100% getting thrown. And I think I honestly may have just 0-metered this, which is really, really good for a first try. Oh, did I 0 it? Oh, I 0'd it! Let's go! Nice! Yeah, I got that perfect. I got that dead on, dude. That was beautiful. Absolutely perfect intercept. Look at this freaking thing, dude. This is beautiful. Oh, man, I love this scenario so much, dude. This is hands down, like, one of my favorite, if not my favorite scenario in the entire game. Like, I love this scenario so much. because you get really good intercepts, and it's very, very fun to actually... Ow, I just got hit in the head by hail. It's very, very fun to actually be able to actually start really competing with this. So I got 8,000. Holy crap. God, dude, this probe is freaking broken, dude. Oh, man, I love this probe. Yeah, I zeroed that, like, dead on. Oh, that was perfect. Alright, so now what we gotta try to do is we gotta try to get back ahead of this thing, because we are going to try to go for another intercept, and we know that this thing is moving relatively quickly, so we definitely do need to be very cautious and very careful, because we aren't really going to have a lot of time to really make any mistakes like that. So we definitely do need to be very, very careful, and this thing is moving so quick, I'm having a hard time getting ahead of it. So I definitely would like to try to get ahead of this if I can. Oh, come on, finish uploading, you bastard. Alright, I want to try to at least get kind of in the wind field here, but like just outside it to where I can still pick up winds. Oh god, can I do this without getting too close? I should be able to hopefully at least get a little bit here. I doubt it though, because it's just moving way too quick. Yeah, no, it's just moving too quick. Alright, so now the big question is, do we have time to actually be able to get in front of this properly? And I think we do. Because if I can beat it to that other crossroad, we are totally fine. So I need to make a left because I need to go east. I really gotta try to get around this, and I don't think she's gonna die out, just simply because wind shear is like way too damn good. She definitely has decreased in size. So we're definitely going to try to be very careful here and see what we can end up making happen. So we've already got one beautiful hit that's definitely going to go into a highlight later. I'm very happy about that. Especially with this scenario, I knew we were going to be good to go because I have actually run this scenario a couple times, like I said earlier. So we're going to go ahead and see if we can go ahead and get this taken care of. So we're going to try to go for at minimum one more. I'd like to get two if I can, but I may only be able to get one. And this is going to cross the road right in front of us, so we do need to be very careful here. Yeah, I'm going to back off for a second and just kind of wait for a hot minute. Because I cannot safely core punch that without getting thrown, and I'm hesitant to even really get too close. Expires in 85 seconds. Alright, so now we are safe to move. So I definitely do need to really try to hurry up and get ahead of this thing, because I am not really going to have a lot of time to reposition by the time we actually get over to where we want to go. Because the notch is moving extremely fast. This thing is definitely a speedy tornado on the ground. So I would like to at least try to get one more like solid probe hit. These hailstones are massive, holy crap. So we are going to try our best to go ahead and get one more intercept at the very least. Alright, so we gotta really try to haul some ass, because we aren't going to have a lot of time to really get around this at all. Wait. Hold on, is she gunning? Oh, she's gunning hard. Yeah, she's gunning southeast. We gotta really hurry. Or northeast, rather. Yeah, I gotta really try to get ahead of this thing, or we're just gonna get absolutely buried here. Which is something I really heavily would like to avoid. Do we have a gas station at our disposal? We do not. Yikes, that's scary. Hopefully this truck gets better gas mileage than I'm probably giving it credit for. Aw, dude, did I just miss that? Alright, so we gotta be very freaking careful here. I want to get around this cornfield so I can see what she's doing. Alright, so let's try to get another 0 here if I can. I think I might have missed, but I'm not sure. But either way, I need to back up, and back up fast. I think I may have missed. Yeah, I might have missed. Maybe, I could still get a hit. Oh, did I hit it? No, it's definitely still pulling some power. It's not the most powerful thing in the world. Shoot, did I get it? Did I get 2 zeros? I think that one might just be slightly off. Ah, I got 2 zeros! Oh, hell yeah, dude. We're getting the highlights in this stream. Holy shit. We are getting highlights, my dude. Alright, so we genuinely may have to abandon this because we need to go and return to a gas station, or we're going to be in a little bit of trouble. And I've got 2 that I can choose from, so I don't think I'm going to be able to efficiently get back on this storm. Ah, that was freaking perfect, dude. That was absolutely freaking perfect. Alright, so we got 2 zeros back to back, which is insane. What did this bring us? 5,000? Okay, so we're at 13,000. So let's go ahead and flip around and head back to a gas station, and we'll go ahead and end out the chase day on this particular run. So very, 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 very good tornadoes here. I'm very pleased with how that actually ended up going. 2 very good hits on the same tornado, which is absolutely incredible. It's kind of rare that I'm able to get that, just simply because of the lack of commodity of that kind of thing. No, I wouldn't have made it to Prairie Hills, there's no way. Alright, yeah, so we are on 30% worth of gas, so we definitely do need to hurry up and try to get over there. And I'm not entirely sure what happened to my stream, or why it cut out, so I will check that momentarily. So, stream is disconnected 12 minutes ago. Interesting. I'm not sure why my stream disconnected. Probe intercept grade. Good. Yeah, after I nail 2 0-foot intercepts? Really? You're only gonna give me good for that? Really? Come on. I get 2 0-foot intercepts back to back like that, and you're only gonna give me the rank of good. I think the other one was good as well. I think it actually gives you a rating based off of wind speed. I'm just being a smartass. Because I think the higher the wind speed, I think the higher the rating on the intercept grade. God, you can still see that thing beautifully from here. Holy crap, dude. Just gonna go like this. Hey, you guys gonna wrap this up pretty soon? What? Oh no, then I'm just wondering if we're gonna chase this tornado, if you just want to catch the next one. Like, tell me that's not exactly how that tornado looks. Like, hey, you guys gonna wrap this up? Like, you cannot tell me that that's exactly how that tornado looks from that scene from Twister. Alright, so let's go ahead and quickly get over to the gas station here. I don't think I'm going to be able to get back and cut that off. No, not really. Yeah, I know I'm running low on gas. Chill out. Alright, so let's go ahead and head over to this gas station here, and I am probably going to take a quick intermission to step out for a smoke. We've been streaming roughly for about an hour now, so we are in a pretty good spot. God, how far down is it? Okay, we're coming up on it. Alright, so at least we don't have to call for a tow truck or anything, so that would have been disastrous. So 13k in, I think it was closer to 14. So 13 or 14k on intercepts alone, and then whatever it gives us for the photos and reports. So not bad. So we definitely did get the goal. Let's go ahead and go like this. Yeah, I definitely got that for 6k. We're sitting at 18 photos right now as well, which is really, really good. Alright, so leave chase. Confirm. 17 grand. Yeah, so we got 14k off of that alone. So we got $1,935 in tornado photos, and those are 100% going into my bit here, so that way I can get those ready for a slideshow. Should I do it monthly or should I do it yearly? That's my biggest question. Should I do like a monthly recap of tornadoes and then just do like one big one at the end of the year? That actually might be pretty cool. Just so that way you guys can kind of see the progression on like a monthly basis, I guess. I don't know. Okay. So this one is interesting. So those are pretty much gone, so it's not really going to develop a whole hell of a lot. Westport, there we go, that's what I was thinking of. So let's go ahead and look at velocity here, and then we'll go ahead and look at our bits as well. So Cape is decent, wind shear's amazing. Wind shear's still really good. Alright, so upper and lower levels. Is that mid and upper? Yeah, that's mid and upper. So mid and upper level wind shear is amazing. And then lower level is actually really decent as well. So specifically around Westport is really what I'm kind of looking for here. So the Cape isn't that great, but neither was the Cape in the last one. So we will definitely see. So I'm kind of curious to know... Honestly, I might get cheeky and try to go up to Hopfield just to see if I can even get anything. And then I'll just race across Grassland Park and then just come all the way down to Prairie Hills for this one here. So let's try to go up to Hopfield. Let's see what happens. And we are going to try to actually get ourselves a decent tornado here. So I'm hoping that we'll actually be able to get something good out there. It's not going to be on the ground for long, according to this. Well, it'll be on the ground for a while, but we're not going to really have access to it for that long, according to that, because it is taking a pretty sharp northeastern track, basically right off the map. So we're going to try to get up there, see what we can accomplish with it, if anything. And if it goes south, then we'll just try to race down to Grassland Park and go down to Prairie Hills to try to catch that Westport storm. Actually, Bakersville will probably end up being our better bet. Damn near hit that telephone pole there. That would have been bad. So I'm curious. So the bucket probe for that last tornado got us about 14k in probe data for 2 0-foot hits. Like 2 perfect direct hits. So I'm very curious to see what this one will actually end up doing to us, because we're running the convex tower probe this time. So I'm curious to see if there's really going to be any significant change in the probes that are actually utilized. Let's see, do I need to turn here? Yes, I do. And I need to take a left and go northwest. Alrighty, so we are definitely going to try to get this all up and running here. And I'm just going to check my text while I drive. Not something I condone normally. I wish I had like cruise control or something. So let me go like this. And I think that was Snapchat, right? Yep. Alright, let's see. So now what we need to do is we need to just continue. Wait, did that hard shift? Hold on. Yeah, Westport's looking pretty promising. Let's go ahead and look at velocity down there real quick. Alright, so we still have some time on that. So, wait, what was... No, what was this? We gotta look at that again. Maybe. Yeah, maybe. It's gonna be like right in here. So, honestly, this may end up being a decent position for us to be. Yeah, there's already a severe thunderstorm down there on Westport going basically right in between Bakersville and Prairie Hills, which is where we were going to go anyway. So I'm going to give this a little bit of time to develop, and I'm just going to go to the gas station in Hopfield. And we'll go ahead and turn our truck off. Hello, Alina. How you doing today? Thank you much for tuning into the stream, and I hope that I hope that sound effect isn't too annoying. How are you? I'm doing alright. How about yourself? Just having a good stream day, playing some Outbrk, and honestly, having a good time doing it. We just got 2 really solid intercepts on a previous stream before my internet decided to cut out. And I am honestly very pleased. Morale is pretty high. We're having a good day. I'm well rested. And obviously it's the summer, so it's definitely a very good time. I've got today off of work too, so things are going great. Glad to hear that. So, any plans for the summer or for this upcoming weekend? Did I pass the gas station? No, not quite yet. Alright, let's go ahead and get our windshield wipers going here. I'm pretty good, thanks for asking. Glad to hear it. I'm glad you're doing okay. Any sort of plans or anything like that, or are you just kind of hanging out and enjoying your summer break, assuming you're of school age, which I have no idea. I'm just only surmising. Alright, so let's go ahead and see what this is going to do. So we don't have any tornado warnings yet, but what I'm going to try to have happen is for us to be able to get a decent storm here. Hopefully this won't die out, but we will see. I'm 22, bro. Okay, so you could be off for the summer for college then. Yeah, you could definitely be off of school for the summer from college. So, any summer plans or anything like that? Anything that anywhere you're really gonna travel to or anything like that? Or are you just kind of hanging around and enjoying the break, trying to stay out of the heat? Alright, so let's go ahead and kind of look around for any semblance of a wall cloud here. Let's get our camera out as well, see if we can't spot anything immediate. So it looks like there is a little bit of RFD over there that will definitely come in handy, and I'm pretty sure that's actually where the storm really should be developing. It's either going to be over there or it's going to be really over on this side. That's looking way more promising. Maybe I'll watch the World Cup match. Who's playing around this point in time? I haven't really been keeping any tabs on it. Alright, so we've got a little bit of a lowered cloud base over there, so I'm definitely going to want to keep an eye on that. Especially now. So let me pull up over here a little bit, because it looks like we're kind of missing this a little bit, and that's not entirely a good thing, especially now that we have a tornado warning in effect. So let me try to figure something out here. So there is a funnel cloud. I don't know exactly where it is. It's so heavily rain wrapped. Actually, I'm from the USA, so am I personally. So, okay, so where is this funnel cloud? So it's in this general vicinity, obviously. Hopefully not right on top of us. That would suck. So we'll go ahead and grab the photo. Ah, I should have taken that while I had a chance. Okay, so it's right over there. So we've got a dust cloud on the ground, and I'm going to kind of watch it a little bit just to see what it's doing, because, and as you know, the FIFA World Cup is going on, so I might watch a match. Yeah, I'm aware that FIFA's been going on. I just haven't been really watching it all that much. Soccer isn't really my thing. Never really has been. Ow, at least as of late. So it looks like this is moving pretty steadily toward this general direction here. How's my day been so far, by the way? It's been great, honestly. Woke up, got some coffee, have some coffee in front of me. And overall, we've just really been hanging out and having a good time. And I am just a small content creator trying to grow my Twitch. It's been a couple of years since I've actually ever really done anything with Twitch. So I'm hoping to really change that and try to be as consistent as possible and grow as a content creator. I've also got YouTube and TikTok as well. Do you stream daily or do I have any schedule? Right now, for the next couple of days, I'm able to stream daily. My typical streaming points, though, are going to be from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Mountain Standard, obviously from 4 to 7, 4 to 7 Eastern. So that little 3-hour gap right there is what I'm really going to try to take advantage of, because that is my time off from work. I'm a delivery driver, I choose my own hours, and usually from 2 to 5, it's rare that I am able to... Oh, there's subboards. Oh, we're dead. We're dead. We are so dead. Yeah, we're screwed. We're sitting right in the core of this. We are so screwed. Oh, no. Yeah, we're screwed. Yep, we're screwed. Ah, damn it! Damn it! Ah, God! I royally screwed that up. God, I put us in such a bad position there. God damn it! Ah! So that cell down there to the south is looking very, very promising, and we might actually have an opportunity for some pretty powerful tornadoes down there, which will definitely be better for us in the long run, especially if we can get some solid hits. So I'm definitely excited to be able to attempt, attempt being the key phrase here, to actually go ahead and get some good tornadoes. We got quite a few in the previous set as well. I got 2 0-foot intercepts, so meaning we got 2 direct hits with our probe on 1 tornado, and got some good photos off of it too, so I may be posting those in a monthly recap for the month of July. So this will be my first month streaming every single day for 30 days. I would like to try to stream every day if possible. Once the fall and winter comes into play, I am going to be streaming a little bit less, just because I will be going down south for work, and obviously being on a tower, I don't have the luxury of mobility. So we'll cross that bridge when we get to it, but I'll definitely have... So you can see my work and save it for future use. I really don't use Discord at all. I really only use it for modding GTA 5 because of the autolog readers that some creators have in their Discords. Other than that, never use it, to tell you the truth. Alright, so let me go ahead and see what this is going to do. So this is actually very south, over in the St. John location. And it looks like this might actually be 2 separate cells, and I'm pretty sure it is. So let's go ahead and see what we can really end up getting going here. So we've got this all taken care of, and we are honestly just going to probably run south. Go ahead and jump on the highway, and we will go from there. So let's go ahead and cut back here. We'll jump on the highway and run southeast, or southwest rather. We're gonna go out that way. Well, if I can keep my eyes on the road at least. So, can I... No, I need to go the other way. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and go up and around like this. And let's go ahead and get this taken care of. So let's go ahead and pop this up here, and we will go from there. I'm going to try to get over to the highway as quickly as I can, because I really do need the... time to be able to actually get over there, so we're going to really try to go toward the southwest. So I'm going to kind of stick over here, we'll make a right onto the highway, And we will go ahead and head down southwest and hopefully try to catch up to a forming tornado. So we are going to be very, very, very careful here, and St. John is definitely popping off here. So with that being said, I actually wonder if the highway is the wrong move. And I'm willing to bet that the highway is probably the wrong decision. So I'm going to go ahead and flip around and take the main road to Fort City, because I get the feeling I'm going to have a little bit of a better chance with that. So we'll go ahead and go to the east here. And this will take us down this gravel road here, and we'll eventually link up with Fort City. So we'll go ahead and get all this taken care of, and hopefully be able to get some good intercepts here. Now we do have a tornado warning issued for the area of St. John, so we are going to be looking out for a dust cloud, or better yet, just a flat-out tornado on the ground. Obviously, either one is going to do us a lot of good. Alright. So, we have a lot to make up for after that major mistake by me there. In the last particular chase day. You don't really want to core punch in this. I may do it a little bit more once I have Dominator 3. While you're there, just follow me back. Alright, I will when I get a chance to do so. I appreciate the follow. If you'd like, I am also on TikTok as well, and I can grab that bit for you. And for anybody else who would like to see clips and highlights of these streams, if you happen to miss me while I am live, you'll be able to get a basic recap of what all ends up happening. And I'll also be putting some long-form content together for my YouTube channel. For any of you guys in chat who would like to actually be able to keep up with what is going on in the series. And I'm also going to be kind of documenting my first 30 days here as a streamer. Yesterday was basically my first day properly streaming, so we're going to go ahead and do the best we can. Let's see, so now that we're actually in Fort City, I need to see where this is going to go. Excuse me. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a left. I'm waiting for your response. Alrighty, let's see here. So let's go ahead and take a left over this way. And we will see if we can end up getting something here, because I would kind of like to position us kind of nearby the highway if needed. So she's moving that way. So she's moving toward the... kind of moving that way, so she's moving more toward the south, honestly, and she may end up shifting. Oh, we might actually be in a beautiful spot. Hold on. Because if this comes this way, we're sitting pretty. Didn't the road continue back here? I think, kind of. Or am I mistaken? Because this is basically the bottom of the map, so I am a little bit hesitant to see if there is any sort of bit that I can use here. I'm pretty sure this road will still continue. So I kind of just want to watch for a minute. Alright, so she is still moving mostly in this direction here. So I get the feeling it's probably going to hit somewhere on this little side road here. And I can't even get there. So... come on, baby. Shift this way, please. Okay, there is another route there that I can take if I hurry. Can I place a probe down on a... oh, I can't right there. That kind of blows. Alright, so this thing is obviously massive. This is basically as good as my other one. Alright, come on. Yeah, so something's getting hit because there's debris getting flung up. I got a feeling it's going to end up going down this road here somewhere. So obviously want to keep tabs on it. So we're going to try to head down this way and try to get more in line with the path. Because, yeah, it is going to go ahead and hit this road at some point. I just don't know exactly when or where it's going to hit. So can I actually do anything with this? I could. So a lot of this game is really just kind of positioning and repositioning. That is moving slightly behind me. Okay. Alright, so if we can just get a solid 0 here, I will be happy. The rangefinder is going to determine if I hit, like, dead center of this thing. Still moving slightly to my left. Or to my right, rather. So let me go up here a little bit more. No, we are going to have to be very, very, very quick. Yeah, I gotta be really speedy or I'm gonna get killed. Come on, fight the wind field, damn it. Is there a road over here I can take? Oh, I really need that option. Alright, so let's go like this. Get a quick photo at the very least, get a report. I'm a little bummed out that I couldn't get a intercept there, but I hesitated just a little bit too much. So that is a mistake on my part, and it ended up may have costing us a tornado for a intercept. And if it did, that is 100% on me. I have nobody to blame for that except for myself. So we may... If it continues on the track that it's on, I might actually be able to cut it off almost at that gas station. It just depends on if I can actually beat it there. Because that's going on a straight track. I have to go east and then cut north. Whereas that's just on a straight east track. So I might be able to get up to that gas station and be able to cut it off, but it is going to be very close. Is there any other points that I might actually be able to cut it off? Not really. Okay. So, yeah, my hesitation there may have just cost us a intercept, which is a little annoying. Oh, God. It's a little annoying, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. What the hell ripped through here? Man, this is just slowing me down even further. Looks like some telephone lines went down or something. God, dude. I mean, we'll at least get some pretty decent income on the reports and everything, and the photos. But it is still quite annoying to lose a intercept on such a beautifully photogenic tornado.